old man last year, I wasn't cooked at that dove hunt. I just cooked. And old man, he didn't get up early. He wasn't in no hurry. He got up and they were down there shooting. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm finna go find my spot." I said, "How you do that?" He said, "I get on my foil and I put a case of waters." And he said, "I ride around, I pass out waters, and whoever got the most birds, I just stop, act like I'm getting water. I start hunting with them." I said, "Well, that's a pretty good idea."
That's solid. Be the biscuit.
He said, "If you got biscuits," he said, "ain't nobody gonna run you off if you got a biscuit. You just go sit with them."
Hey, welcome back to the Buck Junkie Podcast. We are back in our studio this week, not down in camp.
Yeah, we had a few things on vacation yesterday or holiday yesterday, so
None of y'all hunted this weekend. No, nobody dove hunted except me.
that's it. You and Will.
I had to. I got a bag full of birds in the fridge. I got a bag full of birds. Mark was out doing barbecue recon. What do you call it? That was
Shoot, practicing, ready to kick some folks' teeth in.
And Jamie, you was out side by side riding, which was probably fun.
Oh, we had a good time, real good time.
Mikey, you was football drafting and
Football
Labor Day?
drafting, Labor Day, and skeet shooting.
yeah. Well, I boated on Friday, watched football all day Saturday, drove back, went to camp, rode around Friday night, had a big time, and Saturday got up and hunted. I'm only gonna miss opening day. I refuse to.
Was you excited when you hit the field?
Shoot, yeah, I was. Birds, I mean, we heard some shots way before we got there. I don't know, man, them folks were shooting way before shooting light. 'Cause I looked like, the bad thing was like Friday night, I was like, all right, what time's it get daylight? And we watched ball games Friday night. Got us a little Mexican food, all that stuff, and watched football. And got to looking at the sunrise thing on the Ducks Unlimited app, and it was like 6:33. And I said, man, we can shoot at 6:03, 30 minutes before. I said, you know what time we got to get up? And this was like 12:15. I said, we got to be up at 5:30 at the latest to get out to the field. And I'm sitting there, 5 hours, 15 minutes into a good night. I'm talking a good night. And so I was like, we all crashed out or whatever, set the alarm clocks, and we had a camera guy coming to film the hunt. And I was like, man, I got to be on it then. And so I got my alarm. By the time I jumped up, ran through the shower, and was opening the bedroom door, Todd was coming in with the camera gear. And I said, well, I timed that all right. And I was like, nobody else is up. I didn't see no lights on. Then I looked down the hallway where Will was, and he was in the shower. So I was like, well, he's good. Had to wake Michael up. And then the folks that was with us out back, there wasn't a light on. So I sent Will over there, and he said, man, there ain't nobody stirring. So I went over there and opened the door up and hollered, and they said, yeah, we're coming. So we get out there probably, I don't know, 5:50,
Yeah.
set up. Man that on the field was already there. He's putting his mojos out, and there wasn't but 5 of us. And, man, it was a perfect morning. I'm talking about there wasn't no bugs. It was cool. Everything wakes up, birds start flying, Tweety Bird's coming first.
Who fired the first shot?
I believe the landowner fired the first shot.
Was it a dove?
Yeah. We didn't have much else flying. No, man, there's a group of killdee that come through, and them boys hammered on them. Yeah, they hammered them. I hated it. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I saw dragonfly dove, I saw butterfly dove, I saw crow dove. I said, if it's a dove, it's a dove. But we didn't shoot. I mean, it wasn't a jam up day. I think we killed 20-something birds between 5 of us. Everybody was a little rusty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Will told me he shot 50 times and killed
He shot 2 bucks.
5 birds, maybe.
Yeah, I think he said 2.
Or might have been 2. He might have lied to me. I think it might have been 2.
But no, it was a good day. It rained a little bit, but overcast. For some reason, the birds wanted to fly. I mean, a little. I wouldn't say it was a jam up dove hunt for opening day or nothing. I didn't hear of a whole bunch.
I didn't hear nobody shoot.
I heard yesterday morning maybe 10 shots, 15 shots.
And that's unusual out by y'all.
Yeah.
Usually.
I heard some yesterday afternoon. I was out in the yard and heard a few, but I thought it was supposed to open at like some weird time this year.
That's on WMA land.
Oh.
It's like they do the 2 o'clock stuff. But on private land,
it don't matter. It's normal.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes before. It's always September 1st, which I hate that. I wish we would go to Arkansas rules. Arkansas is first Saturday, September, no matter when it is.
Yeah.
That makes it feel like opening day. I mean, it didn't even feel like opening day out there with just, small group and nobody really hanging out or anything.
So much going on right now.
Yeah. I mean,
It don't matter. All the doves is in Indiana anyway.
well, did you see a bunch
Oh,
up there?
Man, we could have killed 2 or 3 limits.
Yeah. I had some buddies that went to Texas and they said, man, you should have come over here. We can ride around and shoot a limit.
Yeah. You didn't have to get off porch and limit up there.
I said, where'd y'all hunt? Y'all, big field or something out there? Oh, no, we just rode around side by side. Shot feeders locations for deer. they shot water holes. He said, man, over there where they're at in West Texas, it's like the dove have to go to water. So there's, and so they were looking for water holes and they just set on water holes. They said you can kill a limit, in the hour.
So did you see the guy on TikTok put a post that his dad does? He gets a kiddie swimming pool, puts in a dove field. I'm like, this big blue circle.
Oh, it's genius. Did you see what he did? He had him a line ran over it. And then
had rock around it.
He dumped a little rock in the center of this kiddie pool and made like a little island.
Yeah.
Filled it up with water and then took rocks and put all around the outer edge of it. And he said they'll come up on the line and they'll light and they'll look at that water and them rocks. They'll dip down. They'll get them some water and some rocks. They'll go back up to the line.
Now we ran.
I said, man, if that ain't a genius idea, I don't know if it's legal at all.
I mean, if you're out there, you put multiple pools, everybody hunts out of a kiddie pool, it's legal.
I mean, what's the difference in that and hunting a water hole? Hunting a pond that's got a little dirt and a little rock around it?
I mean, we put a light pole, strung a wire at our house years ago.
That's illegal, is it? I saw some people doing the same guy did that. Did the same guy do that on TikTok?
The one I saw he did, it was just a pool.
I think in a previous video he had put up a line, and he just took 2 phone poles, stretched a wire. If it's a fake line, it ain't a hot line. But
this is the first year I've seen power companies on their Facebook page post "Don't shoot birds on the line."
See, I had a question for that. Is it illegal to shoot one off a line?
Well, yes and no.
You're damaging somebody else's property.
I don't think it's illegal. I think you're gonna pay a heavy.
You're gonna pay it.
No, I'm not talking about just straight. I'm talking about a fake power line.
No,
like if you
no. It's different shooting a duck on the water.
So I was told, because I was hanging out over in Arkansas before opening day, they said you can't shoot a bird. It's got to be flying. You can't shoot. It's illegal to shoot them on the ground. It's illegal to shoot them sitting in a tree. It's illegal to shoot them on any kind of line setting.
Yeah. That
bird has to be flying. And he was telling me it's probably like that in Mississippi. And I said, man, I've never heard that. I've shot up a tree.
No.
I mean, I've asked, when we did our line, I asked our game warden. He said, sportsmanlike, they're kind of frowned upon, but as far as illegal, there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, you're supposed to not water swat ducks either.
Yeah.
But he told me it's illegal in Arkansas to water swat. Oh, I've never heard that. Have y'all?
Pull the trigger.
Man, so what do you do with a cleanup shot?
Yeah.
You got to shoot them when they're wounded. So.
If anybody gripes about that, then start shooting your deer running.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't let them stop and eat that food plot. Shoot them running.
Out of the corn pile. Yeah. That's the
crap.
Best
We can have a new law in Mississippi.
You got to shoot deer running.
What's the difference of shooting a deer over bait versus shooting a duck on a tree limb?
We don't shoot deer over bait in Mississippi.
Well, in Arkansas they do.
Yeah.
In most states they do.
Yeah. I don't know. That's odd. They got that rule like that.
I need y'all to back me. Somebody do some fact checking and tell me if that's really a thing in Arkansas. You ain't got to do it right now.
Mark's fastest.
I'm good.
I want somebody listening to tell us. Yeah, it's true. We really can't do it. Yeah. I know it's unethical. You want to give the animal a sporting chance. But
yeah, but what's unethical? Would you rather cripple an animal or knock it dead?
Surefire kill.
Yeah.
If I see one coming to a tree, you know what I'm going to do? Go on light, buddy.
We're going to tree swat them.
Go on light. I love sitting by.
I used to love a thorn tree.
Yeah.
Thorn tree's the best one to sit under.
Leaves on it, man. Yeah. Ain't got no camouflage. Now, when they get in no tree right now, like we had some yesterday hit trees, you couldn't kill them. It's too, you knew they're in there. So you have to do, all right, who's taking that first shot just to scare them out and then shoot them as they fly out?
Yeah, scare them out.
Yeah. They usually bug out the backside of the tree.
Usually that first shot is a dead ringer. They ain't scaring nothing.
We had some yesterday. I don't know how they survived. One of them didn't want to come out of the tree. He's like, nope, you ain't getting me up in here. He waited till the coast was clear, Jack.
He done been over a few fields.
Yeah. But all in all, pretty good opening day, morning-wise. We hunted till probably 9, 10 a.m. Cleaned our birds when we got back, put them in, so we didn't cook any yesterday. I was wanting to cook doves when we have our hunt next week. What would y'all have suggested to do with those dove breasts? Because I just breasted them out on the bone, rinsed them really good in water, floated all the feathers off, let them dry a little bit on paper towels, and threw them in a Ziploc bag. And then I got to thinking, these aren't going to make it a week in the fridge. Would y'all have left them in the fridge a week, or would you have frozen?
No, I'd have froze mine.
I think they would make it if they were clean, because you think about...
They're really clean.
Yeah, What's the difference in that animal and then you holding a steak in the freezer, refrigerator for a week? As you know the kill date. I mean, that's how we do it with, comp meat. You know the kill date.
I didn't think of that. I was wondering, like, how the juice and stuff still comes out of them in the bag.
Yeah.
Maybe I needed to put them on some kind of rack and cover them or something.
Either that, if you just put them in like a little salt water and just let them, or freeze them in the salt water.
Well, I didn't vacuum seal them because they're still on the bones, and you know how
poke holes.
So I just put them in a Ziploc bag, squeezed out as much air as I could, and I was going to leave them in there till probably like Wednesday afternoon or something, and then take them out and let them thaw in the fridge, and they ought to be good to go.
Yeah, they'll be fine
to go.
I mean, I would guess. I know it changes.
It won't freezer burn in 2 days. Well, you think?
I don't think so.
I know it changes. Like with hogs, your hold date on the bone versus off the bone is different. On the bone is not nearly as long as off the bone.
So basically it'll hold a little bit longer in the fridge.
But I would think you could hold a fresh killed dove. I mean, we put deer meat in the fridge for a week.
Yeah. I've let it sit in there, but I always put it on a raised rack over a thing, over a little sheet pan or something.
What is that?
What's a dry aged bird taste like?
Well, what is that actually considered? Is it considered poultry?
No, I don't think so. It's whatever. I mean, do you consider duck poultry?
No.
I don't.
No, because you're eating it rare.
Yeah. I just consider it game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fowl.
I don't know. I mean, it's a migratory bird, so.
But I mean, I think you're not worried about salmonella in a dove. But I guess you could get some kind of bacteria growth, but you're keeping it in there and air circulating on it. It should be okay. I don't know. I didn't want it to age because there ain't enough.
There ain't enough there to age.
Yeah, we're talking a thumb-sized piece of meat on each side of that.
A quarter of an ounce of meat.
So you can't trim it.
Can't
trim anything off.
That's probably, I would say, as far as wild game taste, flavor, dove is probably one of my favorites.
Well, I got some big dove in there too.
Y'all get a pigeon?
Yeah, we killed some pigeons.
I've never ate pigeons. I couldn't say on that.
You wouldn't. I mean, other than the size of it, you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
You could take that pigeon breast and quarter it. It's a good size piece.
Maybe we need to start turning pigeons loose.
I thought about that. I was like,
start raising pigeons.
How much does it cost to raise a thing of pigeons? And you can just, if you had some people coming out there to shoot and you wanted them something to shoot at, you just let them, because they just go in a circle. You can take them out there and feed them, let them go, let them fly every day, and then bring them back and shoot the crap out of them.
I talked to a guy Friday night, and I asked him if they have any birds in their field, and he's like, no. He said, but we're loaded with pigeons. He said, we're going to have a pigeon shoot.
I ain't scared to cook one. We killed a few last year.
I'll shoot them. I mean, I like shooting as much as doves.
I'd like shooting them more than doves. They're bigger, and them jokers just look like, after you've been watching doves zip through and cartwheel and all the stuff, barrel roll, the pigeons just float on in. And you know what they do? They just circle and come on. Like, if you don't shoot, they come.
Yeah.
They come.
That's what I was telling Will before he left. I said, them pigeons come in. I said, don't fire at them when they first pass the field. Because they're just like a duck almost. They'll go down in the field and circle around, and they'll come back, and then they'll try to light.
Mm-hmm.
So don't just go to waylay and sky bust and let them come on in.
What's y'all's take on using Mojo mechanical decoys for dove hunting? Pro, for it, or against it?
Man, just give me a bucket and some shells.
Yeah, I've never used one.
What do you think, Mikey?
I mean, I think it's a good visual, but yeah, I don't want them things all around me. I don't care if they are.
I think I'd brought 3 and the landowner had 2 that we put out. So there's 5 in this little stretch of field, and the field probably wasn't 200 yards long. It ain't very big. I felt like birds were flaring because of it. It's like these birds looked like they wanted to come. We were kind of, the way we were sitting, had like a hillside. And so we were kind of the sun was to our back. We were sitting on the downside by some hay bales. So the birds, normally they would come either zip over you, or you could see them coming over this hill and trying to coast down into where those trees were, and then the fresh dirt. Well, they would crest that hill, and it's like they hadn't been seeing them decoys out there. They've been coming there.
Yeah.
But they hadn't been seeing them mojos, and whenever time they saw them jokers would flare. And I don't think they were flaring because of us.
You tell me a dove can fly over a field and see a grain of wheat on the ground. He can't tell that dove is just sitting there hovering and ain't moving. That dove ain't landed in 3 days.
No, he's been running for hours.
Yeah. And then everybody's using them now. So he probably just left the field where they're full of mojos and they got shot at. Well, I see the same thing here. I'm not going to that field.
Yeah, I mean, all that applies.
Just like duck hunting.
Just like duck hunting. I mean, I've had mojos in the duck hole before and realized the birds were
Yeah.
They were flaring off the daggone mojo. So we went out there and turned them off, turned the white side of the wings down, or either that or just pull them up, take them out, and then we started killing ducks.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put out one next week. I might test that theory.
No, I think maybe if you done the single, like birds on the line, like non-flying ones where it looks like they're sitting, then maybe that would work.
That too. Just putting some of them stationary ones around on the ground,
like
stand them
around the pile of wheat and stuff.
Yeah, around your bait pile.
Yeah,
that way they say, "Oh, it's fresh bait
it's
out.
fresh.
Let's fly on in there and get some of that." I don't know. I don't know if you need them or not. I'm to the point after watching these birds yesterday and how they flared. A lot of them did, because the only place where doves landed, like hit the ground, was away from us where there was dirt and there was no decoys of any kind.
What if you 3D printed some piles of wheat?
Okay, I got something for you. Have y'all seen? Did you see that guy, Jamie? This guy's come out with a new product. It's basically a 10-foot wide tarp.
It looks like,
and it's about, I don't know, probably 30 yards long. And it's made to where you can fold it up. You lay it out in the field. It looks like fresh dirt with seeds printed all over it.
I mean,
it had like sunflower heads printed on it. I mean, it had all kind of stuff. And the guy's saying from a bird's eye view, they can't tell perception. They can tell stuff's on the ground. And it's not bait. It just looks like bait.
It's entrapment.
Did you look it up? Because me and you talked
Hell no, it's entrapment, though.
Well, I mean, why is that entrapment?
Because you're putting something out there that's not there, and they're coming just because of that. But, I mean, what good...
the game warden tell us that's entrapment?
I don't know. I was throwing it out there. I didn't read that, but...
the guy said, now, in the video I saw, he checked with his local laws, and they told him it was legal, and so he's selling these things.
So we just need to buy like 10 of them.
Yeah.
We got a sign company next door.
That's what I was.
How big a field can you print?
Yeah. You can just print a big tarp, roll it out.
That's all we need is a billboard sign. Just lay it.
So here's what you could do. Now, I was told, I ain't going to say who told me this, but I was told it is not illegal as long as you're, 14, 15 days before opening day to throw out seeds. And they say the best way if you're going to do it is put you a tarp out there, throw your seeds on that tarp, and let them birds eat them. And then pick them up on the amount of time in your state laws. You got to get it all up. You can't leave none of it out there. It's got to be gone. But just put the printed one out there after that. They're already used to coming to a tarp. There's something on it. And then you put the old blank one out there. No seed. This is just hypothetically. I ain't saying telling somebody to go do this. I'm just saying, is it legal? Would it work?
How long is that going to work? I mean, you
got it one day.
Yeah.
One morning. One morning. I want it to work.
What are you going to do the 14 days when you pull the other tarp and you got to put these tarps down? I mean,
the fake tarp's going out on day 13.
Yeah.
Just put grain bins over in the field.
Just so you can park them.
Well, I mean,
we
put your grain bins.
Yeah.
We're going to use wheat. We're going to use corn in the year. We're going to plant stuff. So if we spill some around the grain bins, that's farming practices.
I'm going to tell you some of the where I've seen the most doves. I've been on paid dove fields, and then we go back to the trucks and we drive by the fellas' bins, and we ain't getting hunted by them. Full of birds because they always have gravel around. There's usually a water hole, and then they got all that spilt grain on the ground.
That's all we need. We put a grain bin by every deer stand and in the middle of the dove field.
I mean, I don't want to overthink dove hunting because it's just a dove when it comes down to it. But man, it's sure fun shooting at them. I mean, I'm just trying to see how can you get more birds when they're. To me, it seems like you see all these reports of the population of doves up this year in Mississippi. I can't tell.
Do you think the doves migrate with the well, I know they migrate, but I'm saying, do you think their flight path moves with the ducks, or is there any correlation to the ducks?
I think it's before.
Well, I'm saying how it's traveled more west for the ducks, or at least everybody says it has. Are doves doing the same thing?
I don't know. I know right now they're cutting corn in the Delta, so that's probably what it's got to do with ours. But yeah, I think wherever your ag is for them, it's probably where they're going. And I have heard that Texas is booming right now.
Well, I think something has changed because us growing up shooting doves, our doves were about the size of a pigeon, and now you get Tweety bird sized doves. Not nothing big like it used to be.
These first ones, especially, Tweety birds, like they're the young ones that are first migration, I guess, whatever they say. Mm-hmm. These are the first ones, so they were so. I was shocked by how small they were this year.
It also goes back to we're talking about them being in Indiana so thick. there's not a single field of corn up there cut yet. All their corn's still bright green. Like some of it's just tasseling out.
Wow.
Like they ain't even close. Like when we got in Illinois, there ain't a field one ready to cut. Everything's
They're
green up
months
there.
away from harvest.
Oh,
Ours is
Arkansas was hammered with we seen a ton of birds up there between going to the duck hole Friday and going up there riding this weekend.
See, I went across the top of the state and I was shocked because I didn't see many at all. I didn't see them until I got in the hills and they were on some power lines on some cattle farms, but I didn't see any going across 40 and then going 55, across 63. I didn't see hardly any.
So we seen a bunch of birds.
Which way did y'all go? 40 the whole way west?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
well,
so y'all got y'all's big hunt next weekend then.
Yeah.
The main kick it off.
It ain't going to be much of one.
What?
I mean, I think the weather's fixing to change on us, which is absolutely what you don't want.
Oh, it cooled off a bunch last week.
yeah, we checked the weather just not long ago, and they had pushed it up into Sunday. Now they brought it back into Saturday. So,
And that's
the high is like 70. What I say,
78.
78.
I mean, the weather-wise, it's going to be perfect for y'all
Raining.
barbecuing this weekend. Y'all going to be that's going to be ideal conditions. A little bit of rain.
So the guy at the duck hole we met with Friday, we asked him about bird hunting. He said, yeah, he's got birds now. But he said October, the fall dove hunt, he said, that's when you hammer them. He said, you can really, really get the limit up there easy.
That's what Mikey said we need to do.
Oh, that's what he said. He said,
what's it going to hurt?
I've never hunted dove in October. Have y'all?
To me,
have.
Yeah.
I mean, does the same rules apply? You still go 2 weeks before?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to, now,
If you're planting mid-October.
if you're planting and you're doing all that, to me, you're putting more grain out there for the deer included. You're feeding the whole population at that point later in the year.
I mean, I was questioning myself too. Is it worth spending all this money on dove fields? And then Mikey brought it up. We're not doing it just for the dove. We're leaving these, like you're talking about. We're planting
the
these fields.
winter wheat and all that.
It's going to be a big, pretty wheat field all winter long. And you got to think it's going to feed the dove. It's going to feed the turkey.
Yeah, we got turkeys in our field every.
Oh, I think they've been in there every day.
Well, see, that's why
Geese have been out there every day.
that buddy ours down in they live down at Batesville, but I don't remember if they which side of Batesville they actually hunt on, but that's why they quit doing sunflowers. They do millet and wheat. And he said because it's the sunflower is just a one time kind of thing, you know.
I'm sure we get some benefit because them turkeys have been loving those sunflower seeds, but I don't know if you get more coverage for the whole year with that wheat because you got to think it's going to be brooding grounds. Because how many turkeys run out of that standing wheat that we live out there in the, when they start hatching in June?
Yeah,
like,
I mean we see them coming in and out of there pretty regular. They do nest in that wheat.
Dollar for dollar, doing a dove field, I think wheat's your best way to go.
That's what me and Jamie were talking about out there at the house where he sprayed everything. We're just going to bush hog it down. I'm going to take my tiller and we're going to do everything wheat and let it be.
And let it stand.
Yeah.
And then you just get ready to cut it back down. You can burn it if you want to, or you can just throw wheat in it. You got a dove field.
Because I was blown away the few years where the dove field was, how many deer was harvested in that wheat field.
Yeah.
Like, Mikey, you killed 3 or 4 in that field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they wear it out. So
I don't know. I think we need to not switch what you're doing, but just think about
everybody else keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
we're going to wait.
From the other animals, the cost of it, I think it's worth it to do wheat fields for where we're at.
Wheat's definitely the cheapest grain.
Yeah. And you don't have to spray it like you do the sunflower. How many times did you spray sunflowers this year?
Twice. 3 times you count when I killed it all out.
So that's fuel, chemical, time, that many times. And on the wheat, you spray it once and let it roll. You may not, I don't even know, you usually don't even have to kill it. I mean, if it gets some weeds and stuff, you might go back over it, but you don't want to ride over it. It's your wheat.
Yeah, if it browns up, usually it browns up, late in the spring, early in the summer, it starts browning.
Mm-hmm.
So by that time, it's done matured out. So you can just spray glyphosate over the top of it.
It won't phase it, yeah.
Yeah, and
if you roll it down, it don't matter. You want it on the ground.
You just got to be careful running over it because once you run it over, then you smash it down. It ain't
coming back. Well, weeds will come back in that.
It'll come back in the tractor tracks.
I don't know. I was thinking like, well, one, you're sitting there and you ain't got nothing to shoot at. You start thinking about, was it worth all this money and effort and stuff you do? I mean, but would you go to a pay field? Like if you didn't have a place to dove hunt, would you pay to go dove hunt somewhere?
I'm not paying to hunt a pay field no more.
Really?
I mean, just because of the experience that we've had, and it really depends on like where it was at. Like we talked about before, a lot of fields that are really good are fields that's been there for 30 years. So those birds have, it's kind of imprinted on them that they can come to these gravel pits and different places where people are putting these fields at, and they got a lot of agriculture around them, like where we're at. Yeah, if there was a pay field out there and they just had a sunflower field poked out there somewhere, no, I'm not, because I know what kind of birds are around where we're at, not very many.
I don't like the idea of just going out there with a bunch of folks with guns that I have no idea who are.
Is that where you do?
Yeah, 100%.
I never think about that. I should probably. I'm used to getting peppered or something.
I mean, I've watched folks get shot at fields where we didn't pay that we knew everybody on the field.
I guess you think about it, there is a pretty good danger aspect of it.
I've only paid on one. It was down the Delta at the cornfield. It was a humongous field. It was probably 20, 25 of us there. The field was so big. It was so many birds. You had to get somebody on a four-wheeler just ride around. I mean, it was pointless. I mean, it was a bunch of birds, but the acreage versus the people was way out of ratio.
And that's a lot of the times, like the few times I've been on a hunt like that where, you go on a paid hunt or, what's the method of getting your spot? Do you draw numbers for your spot or is it pick or choose? And it's always going to your spot. It's always been some kind of BS with somebody, I got this crappy spot, or it's always something. It's never just enjoying going out there hunting for me. Like,
so it's a no-go on it?
No-go on me. I'm not that mad at them.
Yeah, no go depending on who's doing the field. Yeah,
it's no go.
It depends. I've been on some. I've been on buddies hunts I didn't actually pay that went really good. We went on one with one of our builders we used to do some work for, and
it was chaos.
Yeah, because the friends and family that had the field, they've been watching the birds. They knew where they was coming, so mysteriously that's where they got to hunt. And we was on the far end of the field or turn in the field and didn't kill crap.
I was just supposed to stir them up for them.
Yeah,
you gotta watch how.
Now I did go on that one hunt with Daddy a long time ago that was at a gravel pit.
Oh, that's jam up. I never got to go, but yeah.
He told him, he says, we'll put you in these spots. He said, but I promise you, when these guys limit out, we're just going to wave up one set. And everybody was on the top of the road, on top of the hill where the road was. They'd limit out in no time. So whoever was right below them just moved up. And by it was all said and done, the whole field limited out off that one spot. Now, it was a jam up hunt.
You just had
to wait. And when they got done, you just move up. And he told everybody that he's like, you might not shoot bright and early. He said, but you're going to kill your limit. And we did. We killed.
He's always had
we killed a limit that morning and that evening.
Unreal field up there every year.
See, that's the kind of hunt I want to get on.
It was good, but it was also a gravel pit.
Yeah,
and that's intense.
Was a gravel pit the best dove hunt you've ever
hands
been
down? It has for me. Yeah,
they stay. I mean, they stay there. I mean, they got.
They ain't migratory birds in gravel pits.
Yeah. You got those clear water ponds and all the rock and sand that's around them things. I mean, if they plant any kind of grain or break the ground, throw wheat down, man, it is going to be jam up.
Most of your gravel pits are going to have some type of power line, whether it be new or old, because they had big equipment there running three-phase. Mm-hmm. So power lines are going to be there. We just sat under them.
We need to find a gravel pit.
Are you going to invest in a gravel pit?
I'm not going to invest in one.
Let's sell the gravel out of the ground, and then it's a dove field.
One over on Salem. That was a gravel pit on that property beside us.
Really?
That's what it was. Yeah. They just let it grow up.
Which one? Back to the
north? Back up the road. Not, towards the gravel road. On that side. Border Patrol side.
Okay.
That was a big gravel pit over there.
Oh, just the field or the property right.
You know where it's all growed up now?
Yeah.
All them birch trees are.
That was a gravel pit.
Huh. Yeah, it's nothing. It's not no big holes. I actually got to go on that property back years ago. It's mounds of gravel out there. But it's not like no big hole.
Well, now that you mention it's gravel in front of Border Patrol down there in that little plot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they was digging gravel out of that at one point.
It had barely started growing up the first year I got on that property. With the previous landowner, it barely started growing up. It wasn't nothing like it is now. You can still see the mounds of gravel, but I don't remember it being like a big left open pit like it is in some places.
There's probably one over there off JJ Ranch where them trucks.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you.
I imagine they hunted that.
So I'm talking about fields. Like if it's a field you know or a field you don't know, where's your favorite place to sit at on a field? Like, are you looking for some kind of structure or a certain area? Or
I'm gonna tell you, I figured this out. I said we're thinking about laying these dove fields out wrong. We need to be thinking about laying them out how you go hunt them instead of just laying them out to
make them look good.
Because I was thinking the exact thing. So what good does it do you if you're mainly going to hunt facing the daggum sun, no cover on the field? I want to be in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be in the morning field that's going to be the morning hunt. I want the sun to be coming up to my back. That way you're in the shadow. So I don't care if the birds are coming over a tree line or whatever it is you're sitting in, tall grass or whatever. You need to have something to break you up, but you also need to be in the shadows.
Yep.
Now, yesterday we did it totally wrong. The first morning we were good. We hunted with sun to our back. An afternoon hunt sucks sitting in the sun right in your face.
It does.
And that's what we did yesterday. And it wasn't that hot outside. It might have been.
But you squint and you can't see. You can't look for birds.
The birds, like, you're still, I felt like even though we're sitting by a hay bale, you're still sitting there, but the sun's on you. Man, it looks like a spotlight. So the birds are coming the same way, had the mojos going again, and they would flare every time. Because I was like, well, they're sitting here watching, and you're sitting there just covered in sweat. You can't suck down enough cool pop, for the sun.
What, they're flaring off of you or the cool pops?
There's no telling. Probably all of the above. And I said, man, we need to be on that side of the field, but it was on a hill. So you would have been shooting, the shots they'd have been coming over you too high, or they'd have been down too low to shoot. Yeah. Everybody would have been shooting at the ground. And I don't like doing that dove hunting either. I want, so you don't want to be shooting below the horizon.
So how do you design that field? Because if you plant, all right, just say you got a field like this table here, and you just say one side of the field is facing east, one side is facing west, you plant the entire field. If everybody hunts on this side of the field, what do you do when all the birds light on the other side of the field?
I think you keep the field out.
Yeah, eventually you're going to be in the sun.
I think that field doesn't need to be too wide where you want to kill the birds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or what if you just set up to where you're facing north and south? You're never looking in the sun then.
That might work too. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this because I'm not a field designer guy, but that's what I was wanting to bring up today and see what y'all thought about it.
At the field at the house, we always left stuff around the perimeter and then islands out in the middle, but it was usually me, Mikey, Mark, Thomas, my dad. It was
we could move around.
We knew each other, so we trusted each other. So now, granted, I'm not going to sit in the middle of the field with a bunch of people who don't know and them on the other side, but if you got spots out in the middle, you can face whichever way you want to then.
So back to your question, are you asking if you show up on a field you never hunt, where are you sitting?
I'm going to high ground.
I got two answers to that. One of them's my true answer is I look for a low spot in the trees. I look for the dip in the tree line, and I'm going to sit by it because they're going to fly through the dip.
Shoot the gap.
Shoot the gap. Old man last year, I wasn't cooked at that dove hunt. I didn't hunt. I just cooked. And old man, he didn't get up early. He wasn't in no hurry. He got up, and they were down there shooting. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm finna go find my spot. I said, how you do that? He said, I get on my foil, and I put a case of waters. And he said, I ride around, I pass out waters, and whoever got the most birds, I just stop, act like I'm getting water. I start hunting with them. I said, well, that's a pretty good idea.
That's solid. Be the biscuit.
He said, if you got biscuits, he said, ain't nobody going to run you off if you got a biscuit. You just go sit with them.
Biscuit, man. You got water. You got ice down drink.
You see the most shells on the ground, you just kind of pull your foiler off to the side.
Heck yeah.
Stay in talk.
That's a good idea, Mark. So you learned something from the old head.
He said, I ain't getting up early rushing down there. He said, I'm going to hunt wherever the heck I want to.
I did. I ain't going to lie. I felt like that Monday morning after I'd only had about 4.5 hours of sleep. It felt like no head was pretty swole. It's like, why am I sitting down here right now?
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Bird flying at 6:00. The first dove probably wasn't killed till 7:05, almost an hour after legal shooting light. It's like, is that getting up and doing that worth that? I don't know. The first day, I guess it is. I can still got it. I can still go on 4 hours.
That's the first one, though.
Dude.
Come Christmas time, I get you up 4 hours later. You ain't going. You done played out by then.
So that was yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday morning.
And you came to work today. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I told Mikey, he's like, when are we going to do a podcast Tuesday? And I was like, yeah, but it's probably going to be later. Because I was planning on hunting this morning, too. I was like, man, if y'all want to stay, I said, we can get up, we can hunt till about 9:30. We can still make it to work, by 10:30. And if the birds are flying, if we would have limited yesterday, I'd have hunted this morning too. But since the birds wouldn't, I just came on home last night. And I didn't hunt. Like we were making another little video yesterday, and we got out there probably 3:15ish, sun beating down. And there was some clouds in the sky, and when they come across, it was nice. But we set up, we left all our chairs and left our stuff. We should have moved operation.
Yeah.
Sat on the other side of the field, but we didn't. And we sat in that sun, and I didn't get a nap in because I had some company come through, and everybody else took a nap. I mean, they took a good nap, like 3 or 4 hours, and here I am having to talk to people and struggling sitting there and show people around. And so I didn't get a nap, and I sat back down in that sun, and I said, man, I ain't gonna make it. I said, there ain't no, but we didn't shoot. I think we killed two or three dove and a couple more pigeons, and it was not worth it at all. And it was like by 5, I said, if we make it to 5:30, this was 2 hours, and we still had 2 more hours of daylight probably to shoot. So if we make it to 5:30, I'm calling it if we ain't killed more than this. And it was like, man, I said, y'all take me there.
Would you agree that dove season has the highest of highs and the lowest of lows?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I have felt the worst I've ever felt hunting.
Yeah.
Because A, it's hot. You ain't eating like you're supposed to. You out there just eating whatever. And you're old enough, you're drinking. And the worst headache you ever had is about 1:30 on opening morning or opening afternoon. That head's pounding.
Especially you don't get a nap.
Yeah, and you dehydrated. Man,
That's it. I sucked down, I don't know, 3 or 4 bottles of water and put some of those, what are they called?
Liquid IVs.
Liquid IVs in 1 or 2 of them. And then it's either get back on the horse or go home. I got on the horse for a minute.
And then went home.
Yeah, then went home. Then went home. I tell you what, I didn't have no trouble sleeping last night. I was in bed by probably 9:15, and I was out. Like, I knew it. I knew as soon as I hit home and took a shower, it wasn't going to be long.
Yesterday would have been a good evening. It stayed cloudy most of the day at the house.
There wasn't any shots fired. I mean, like 3 or 4 out there where we were. And there was a big dove hunt going on. I mean, there was a big cooking going on across the way. One of the guys that come by, he was headed to that just to make an appearance. He said they didn't even shoot the morning. They were going to shoot the afternoon, and I didn't hear a shot fired that direction.
And I seen 1 or 2 people post some pictures that had a tailgate full. You know, they had a good many, but I don't know. Jody and them, I don't think, shot that many yesterday.
We had a tailgate full lined up on the back of a side-by-side, count them one by one. No pile.
Tail to tip.
Tail to tip down the tailgate. I took the picture. I'll send it to Tyler so he can post it.
Spread the wings out on
everyone. Yeah, can you edit birds?
That's what I think. Yeah. I did ask Todd while he was filming. I said, all right, Todd, if I can take these doves and lay them in different ways and you take pictures, can you
make a pile?
Shot me a pile. I want one of them like you see. People got them piled up.
Oh, we just need to do one look like one of them Argentina hunts.
Just got them today.
With the piles taller and everybody standing in front of it.
Hey, there's a flock of, I don't know, that blackbirds or whatever come by. We could have piled them just as the boys was ready to kill them. It's you know how it gets. If you ain't shot much, man, you just want to do some shit.
You looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a guy on Facebook this morning. They had these duck lanyard that you put the ducks on or whatever. And I think they passed around the same lanyard because nobody was in a group picture with their lanyards. It was like each individual person. And it was the exact same lanyard with the exact same amount of birds on each one of them. And I was like, I don't think y'all killed that many. Y'all trying to make it look like y'all done something, but that's the same lanyard.
You never been on one of them duck hunts where everybody takes the picture? Like, you usually take one.
This was doves.
Oh, I've seen my nephew do that.
Doves. Yeah.
With ducks. I've seen
this was the doves.
Oh, they passed around. I ain't never seen anybody
do that. They passed around. It was like 15 pictures.
We start doing that with deer.
Yeah.
You kill a 6-point that morning, we all take pictures.
How I know they really hadn't killed no minis when they post them, it'll be like a beer can with one bird on it. I was like, oh, y'all didn't kill nothing. Because ain't nobody going to take just one, you know.
Yeah.
Unless that's all you got.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all that tells me. That's all you got. If he'd have killed 2, don't you think he'd have had one right there and one on the can?
Yeah, I don't know. You can. I think you can do as much or as little as you want to, and it's all. A lot of it is going to be not in your hands.
It's the last week of weather. That's the telltale whether you got birds or not.
Well, I think a lot of it too is people enjoy it. Like they enjoy getting out there, fooling with the fields, and it's the hype up to hunting season. That's what everybody I've seen that made posts like, yeah, we didn't kill birds, but it's time to start hunting. You know, and that's what everybody leans on.
See, back when we was kids or younger, that was a start off of hunting season, like you said. But then when dove season got here, that was automatically weekend put your mud grips on your truck. So that was when it's all fixing to start.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't do that no more. Had summer tires and winter tires.
We used to do that all the time.
I've done that in high school. Swap them out.
Man, I couldn't wait for dove season. Just put mud grips on.
That was always food plot time for us. But I mean,
you can't do that
now. It's way too early. Like I remember, we used to be putting at least turnips in the ground Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, We've learned over the years of many failures.
But it's better to wait.
Yeah, it's better to wait for us because we won't really start putting ours in until about October. Just because, I mean, we have a bad infestation of army worms the last few years here.
Yep.
And they're coming again.
So
I just had mine sprayed this year.
Yeah,
I would go wait.
a lot of people planted early last year, kind of same scenario we had this year, little cool snap, started getting rain again,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody put that stuff in the ground, man, and next thing you know, it was, 2 or 3 weeks into it, it stopped raining, went back kind of in a
October drought.
yeah, and then all of a sudden the armorworms came. And so you had both of those things to fight, and ain't no fighting them. It's just you fix to lose everything you got.
So I've seen mixed reviews on that. I've seen some people say you need to go a minimum of 45 days to a maximum of 60 before your first frost date for wherever you are.
Yeah,
is when you need to be putting them in the ground. Do you agree with y'all agree with that?
I mean,
I think it's too soon.
I mean, not necessarily. I don't.
that Mississippi frost date, it's hit or miss to me. Like,
Well, yeah,
it's been mornings that you might be like, oh, we're going to get a frost. And then you might not actually get a true frost in December.
That's what I was thinking. Like, so just because that first frost date may be October 15th, that don't mean it's too late to plant, or you got to plant 40 days in front of that day.
Yeah.
To me, because if that was the case, it would be like, oh wow, you need to be having food plots in the ground right after the 1st of September, like right now. That would be about 45 days from when our estimated frost is.
But soil temperature is what matters about that, correct?
I think it's like length of daylight and soil temp, and that's what it goes by.
Because do you honestly think in Mississippi where we're at that the soil temperature ever, until it's like, okay, it's winter.
Been cold.
Yeah. But like, I don't think our soil temperature gets that cold until it is like January.
I mean, most of your food plots and stuff like that are in here where we're at. That's why we plant so late too. Up north, you go up to Michigan or somewhere else like that, Ohio or somewhere like that, where they get, they actually have a fall season where they get frost in October. We generally don't get a lot of frost in October. Very, very few do we get in October, if we get any. Usually it's over in November before we ever see one.
We did 20, 30 years ago, it seems like, but
I mean, I remember it being frosted on bow hunting.
yeah,
That's been 25, 30 years. And you don't see very many of them. I mean, there's occasionally we get like a cold Halloween where it's too cold for the kids to trick or treat, but it's very rare.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the frost date. I don't know why that's so significant in growing stuff, because I know if something's up and it hits it and it's not a winter crop, or it'll kill it off. But like here, I mean, it's liable to frost tomorrow here
and be 70 degrees
the next week. So now your soil temperature came back.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think it's going to hurt your germination, even if you had to plant, say, well after the frost date? Would you plant into November?
Yeah,
like
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go put 100-acre field out there and take a chance, but if you want to plant a little food plot, plant it. See what happens.
Winter rye.
Yeah, if I was planting cereal grains, it wouldn't matter.
Wheat, all that stuff's going to come up when it's cold.
Yeah.
You get a little moisture on it, it ain't going to hurt. It's going to pop. And it's going to germinate fast.
How many times have we been in the hunting stand where it was 20 degrees that morning, frost, heavy, cold, and we're in shorts and T-shirt by lunch?
A lot.
So
I think it depends geographically. I think that's more important than what it is really saying frost date.
That's why I don't like.
But I mean, I don't know. This is just speculation.
That's why I don't like when people put a date or a time or a kind of a science behind this is when you should do this. You know your area, you know your property, you know what's coming. You look at your local weather and stuff like that, so you kind of know and just go by that. I wouldn't necessarily go by everything that's written on the back of the bag.
What's more important to you? Knowing having a hard date that I got to get it in the ground by, or waiting until you see the right weather pattern?
I mean, I want to see rain, but not too much rain, because we've had that happen. That's happened.
It's happened to our corn.
That's happened a couple of times, and in the wintertime, where we went in, we tilled the ground, we fertilized, we threw the seed down, came back, and we got one of them frog chokers that just took the field with it. I mean, and all the seed was just either drowned it or it just washed off the field.
Ditch.
Yeah, because we just got too much rain. If you got established plots already, that's fine if that happens, but yeah, when you plant them and they're early or they're young plants, you got to really just look at everything and kind of make a educated guess on it for yourself.
That all being said, when are we going to start prepping fall food plots?
So here you go trying to put a date on
Put a
me
date
again.
on you. Well, there's more to it than just saying, hey, it's time to plant.
Yeah.
We got stuff in all these fields. So everything's got to be terminated. The ground's got to be broken. So you've got
so you got a
days worth of work before you can ever think about going and buying the seed, you know?
Yeah, you've got some prep work there. We do in some of our fields. Some of our fields are easy. We're just planting right over top of whatever's there. So you just dropping the seeder right into that and just going right over the top. Those are pretty easy. You can put those down, you know, as late as you want to, because we already have standing grain standing there for things, you know. But if you're trying to get something in, you don't have anything, and you're trying to, you know, get something in. I mean, I wouldn't bow hunting over a green food plot. I wouldn't try to hit that bow season. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be planting in during that bow season. When the cooler temperatures come in, you start getting a little bit more rain, you start getting dews in the morning, you know, and late in the evenings and stuff like that. So now you're getting the moisture that you need for that stuff to come in and then start getting a few rains here and there. I think October's good for where we're at.
We're shooting for another month.
Yeah.
What are y'all going to do at the house out there? Y'all going to plant something?
Yeah, we're going to do I know we're going to do a bunch of winter wheat. I don't know what else. I want to do some turnips for me, and Emily wants some turnips. So
You should go ahead and break that ground, get some dirt out there, and see if there's any birds flying out there.
Yeah.
Maybe you have some October birds out there.
Yeah.
Because I like that idea. Like you said, we're going to plant in October. Well, we may just schedule another dove weekend.
Yeah.
To see, because if we're going to have dirt, I think that's the critical thing. When you start putting those and they see that dirt, and then you broadcast any seeds, I mean, you got a chance for birds to come back.
Yeah, we were doing dove fields on the end of October. I mean, I was out there shooting in a hoodie and a pair of blue jeans and my boots and stuff like that, you know, in October, and it was a lot of fun. But that's all we did. We just come back and we, you know, retilled the field, reseeded the field, and then come back and hunted it in October, or broke up new ground and put seed, you know, planted respread the seed over there, and then waited, you know, a few days and then come back hunting.
Have y'all got any dirt out there by your house?
Yeah, I don't know what ratio I did around up, but it freaking annihilated
dirt.
I sprayed.
Is there any birds? Have you seen any birds?
It's been a few. It ain't been a lot.
Not enough to hunt.
It's
got some type of dead canine out there right now. I got to go identify. I don't know what it is.
Really?
I don't know if it's a fox or a coyote or what it is. Something got.
That could have been a young coyote. You ain't shot nothing over there, Mike.
You talking to me?
Yeah. Some nice little house dog with no collar.
I think this is a coyote. I think it got a little bitty head.
The young coyotes are out. Well, I guess they pushed them out of their dens. I've seen a few on our cameras, but I've been seeing more like people talking about killing them. And when we rode around at night here last weekend, I saw several just running. Like, you know, they were, and I guess this time of year, they say the juvenile males get old enough to where the mothers push them out of their dens, make them go find their own places. So if you want to kill coyotes, right now is the time to kill some young ones.
I gotta do me some research on night vision. I'm gonna get me some night vision goggles.
So have you told Jamie about what you saw? This is a good story. So when you were hanging out this past weekend, y'all were at a campground.
Yeah,
right?
we were Brown County, Indiana.
Yeah.
If you've never been and you're into camping, that's one of the most awesome campgrounds I've ever been to. Guy we was with, his son was in the military, and of course, I'm sure he's about like us. He's probably got some toys in there that's doomsday prepperish, but he brought his night vision with him. And he said, I'm going to take you out here and show you something, and it's either going to blow your mind or you're going to think there's nothing to it. I said, okay. So about 10 o'clock that night when it's pitch black dark, and when I say it's dark up there, you can't see nothing. It is
just a storm.
Yes, it is no lights anywhere. We went out to one of these big ridges on like a lookout area, and he said, I want you to take these night vision goggles and just look in the sky. I did. And we ain't alone. I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
So you talking like aliens, or are you talking about
I don't know what it is. So
what all did you see?
So I know for a fact some of them are satellites. You see the satellites circling or orbiting or whatever.
But you can't see this with your naked eye.
No. But I'm talking thousands. I ain't talking about just one or two little moving objects. I'm talking about you can lay there all night and not see the same thing. And there's, in one shot, if you was just a screenshot the sky at one time, I promise you there's over 100 moving objects at one time.
How are you like turning on magnification? Nope. It's
1-to-1.
One power. And you can just see these
and
objects.
you can see stuff. And it's, if anybody's out there's done it before, just go out there and look, and you tell me what you think it is.
So we need to get us a pair of these.
But if
Are
you
these
own,
like
if
high
you
dollar,
if you
like-
part of the full hat gang, you better be ready, because it's finna blow your mind. Like
We're
it
gonna
ain't.
let Jamie go see what he sees with them.
It'll freak you out, man.
Surveillance drones. And
I think a lot of it was.
you think you really do?
Because some of it was like, some of it you could tell was something in orbit. Like
You think it's our government watching us, or you think it's
Both.
other governments sending stuff over?
both. They seen us on that hillside saying, man, they done spotted us.
They done spotted you.
If I ain't here next week, you know what done
They would
happened.
have sent one of those. What's that blast they can do to turn your electronics off? EMP blast.
All
at
the
you?
electromagnetic.
But all jokes aside, it was super neat. I'm sure a lot of it is satellites and stuff like that you get to see that you don't realize is up there. But the coolest thing for me was, I know you've seen movies that like they show these galaxies like far away and you see all the glowing space dust. You could see that. And that's what was cool. Like you could
You see the traces of the stardust.
like the space dust, and you don't, like, when you go out in your backyard and look up and you see stars, like there's a bunch of stars. You put night vision goggles on, you can't fathom how many stars there is.
I had never done that.
It looks nothing like you see with your naked eye. Nothing.
Now I have seen when we were scouting those duck holes with the thermals,
Mhm.
and when you would look up, you didn't realize how many birds you could see flying.
Flying.
Remember flying
Yeah.
in the sky, and that was pretty cool. So I can imagine it's something along those lines. You just see stuff that your naked eye can't pick up.
Yeah, you can't pick it up and you can't see it. And you can see it clear as daylight too.
I found a new thermal that I absolutely love, and I ordered it. It's supposed to be in today. It's called RIX, RIX,
Mhm.
Pocket 3.
I looked at it when we was at NWTF.
It is the same size as a laser rangefinder. It looks just like a rangefinder. They have simplified all the controls. There ain't no more having to go through all these buttons and menus and all this crap. It's a 2x magnification, but it's got zoom on it, so, but it's, and I think there's only like 5 or 6 color palettes, and it's all right there at your hand. The screen covers, I'll bring it in. I need to do it. We need to like do a little review of it or something when it comes in. But the kicker was, so I have one. It's 4 or 5 years old. That Pulsar, it's a Pulsar Helion, I think. And at the time, they're high dollar thermals. I think it was,
it's advanced so much since then.
Dude, this one was $800.
No kidding.
$800. It runs off those little 18650 rechargeable batteries. Last about 6-7 hours. And it was as good, if not better, than that Pulsar. Like, I mean, I'm talking, and it's in the palm of your hand. You can stick it in your shirt pocket. It's that small.
Somebody had one that you sent?
Lawson had one.
Oh,
yeah,
did he?
Yeah.
They had them in NWTF. Of course, we wasn't, like, we were just in the convention center when I looked at it, but it was, it was nice.
You see this one, you're going to be like, dang, that's a game changer right here.
Yeah, I had to get one for the house.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it'd be perfect for it. Like, I looked at, you could tell, you could pick out a possum or an armadillo at 200 yards with it and know the animal. And then so after I saw it, I had never heard of this brand or anything. I went and looked it up on YouTube, started watching some videos on it, some reviews. Is it worth the money? 'Cause he told me he only paid like $800 for it. I said, man, you know how that cheap stuff is. It just, most of the time it doesn't work, but I think the technology has gotten so advanced in them that it's either you're going to pay a lot for a
show enough
government issue one or something, but the cheaper ones have come down to where they're in that mid range now. It has like the same process, the 384 processor in it, so it's got a great image, and it's got like image stabilization, had an AI feature. I think that's what helped it more than anything. It was like a lot of times when you're looking through these thermals, the images isn't real clear. It's kind of pixelated a little or distorted. You can't really pick it out. Well, this RIX supposedly has correction in it. So it's like
looking through binoculars,
what the animal should look like and fixing it a little bit for you, so it clears the image up. So you don't have to do a focus or anything. It's like it's automatically doing that. Kind of. They said it was like, hey, I don't know what it
could be. A heck of a note. We thermal image each one of us, and it makes us a different animal. Each one of us.
Look at that grizzly bear. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this thing is. We'll have to do a video and show folks.
Are they just handhelds, or they make optics going?
I didn't go any
They
further than that.
They got ones that go on your scope or your rifle too.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go any further than that. I didn't buy it. I don't remember. I think I bought it off Amazon.
They had a heck of a booth at NWTF.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a new company that you know of, or
fairly new that I know of? I don't know much about them, but me and Jamie stopped and talked to them because they had them out there where you could look at them. I was like, dang.
You're going to be shocked by how lightweight and how small this thing is to work as good as it does, I think. But
Yeah, I need one for the house going on 22.
well, it don't.
Armadillos.
Oh, you need it for a rifle scope. This is just a spotter, just a handheld binocular. But I bet you Mark probably find one.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know what price range they're in because, I mean, as far as the rifle ones, I hadn't found one for the money that'll hang with that Rattler, and that's was it AGM?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I've got Pulsar's bad. You'll spend $5,000.
Yeah.
ATNs are okay. I've got one of those, but it's not near as clear. And then the Rattler comes in and, a third of the cost. And the processors. I think the deal with those, Mikey, when you get to looking for a thermal is buy processor. Get you one that's at least a 384. If you can get up to the I think they're 640s, those are even better. But you don't want to go, for what we do, you probably don't need much more than a 384. It's not like
long range varmint.
30 yards. I'm shooting off the porch, killing armadillos, digging up the yard.
Yeah.
You can get a RIX Storm S2 25 millimeter thermal scope for $917 on Optics Planet right now.
Does it say what processors in that one? Is it a 384 or a 256?
Let me get down.
Optics Planet, they usually do pretty daggum good
I've
deals. Their
ordered
stuff.
several things from them, yeah. They usually have a discount code. Like
Yep.
you go agree to sign up for the newsletter, they'll give you like 10, 15%.
What am I looking for?
The processing.
It should say the sensor or
Sensor resolution is a 256 192.
Yeah, you really want that one to be.
Display resolutions of 1024.
No, you need that one. You need to see how much the 384 is. That'd be the model up from there.
Yeah, so they got one that's here goes that's
It's probably $1,200.
1400,
Usually they're about
384.
Yeah. So, but anyway, well, I thought we might talk about some of our favorite dove recipes. Y'all are we're gonna have to cook my doves because y'all ain't got no doves, but I plan on cooking some this weekend. So let's talk. What comes to y'all's mind when you think of dove? What's the first thing comes to your mind?
Recipe wise,
First one.
probably the first one is we was down with my dad them at Frankie's. And it's the first time I ever had good old Wickers bacon wrapped dove, the
Just
whole dove,
plain
and that was
bacon wrapped dove.
Just bacon and dove meat.
Yep.
All right.
and marinated in Wickers.
All right. That's a good one to try.
Oh, I'm filleting them off, putting them on skewers.
That's
That's the best eating way.
That's the one comes to individual little bitty dove nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first one comes to your mind?
Whole fried.
Never had that.
Oh,
We done that
it's
at
very
we
good.
done that at the house one year
It's
when we
real
cooked
good.
it.
I mean, the first one pops in my mind is the popper. I mean, everybody knows popper.
Yep.
Jalapeno, cream cheese, dove meat, bacon. And are they good? That's the big question. Can you make them good? Yeah, but most
Time they're overcooked.
time it's shoe leather. You
gotta pre-cook your bacon.
Dove meat in there. I think that's the key.
You got
Yeah.
to.
That's the key. Well, would you do that on the style you're talking, the wicker style?
I like my bacon about half floppy anyway,
Yeah,
so it don't bother me. But
Because you don't want to overcook the dove. And that's why Mikey style is great. I think for, like you said, best eating, you can control, you're just searing those, you're
Yeah.
just searing them. They're not, it's not a
quick.
hard cook at all. I mean, you think you're going to build a big fire, man, you're a minute on one side, minute on the other, take them dudes off. And that's the best eating.
I think that's where people get, same thing with duck. They like, oh, it's horrible. That's because it's overcooked. You get that real mineral taste to it.
Everybody uses the bacon as their
Correct,
timer.
cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the
Well-
bacon's done, it's done. Well, it sure is.
Well, I feel like on a dove popper, for one, that dove breast ain't big enough to go on a jalapeno.
No.
You got to cut that jalapeno in half. It's too big.
See, I haven't done dove breast, but I have done deer, like backstrap, instead of using bacon, using prosciutto because it's salty and it's real thin. It does well. I don't know, that would work on dove.
I bet it would because you can just
Yeah.
sear it. You're just searing
You're searing it, just get a little bit of fat off of it.
And you don't, but see, the ones you're talking about, Mikey, they don't have bacon on them.
They're just seared.
Plain. I may throw them in a little Worcestershire and, some olive oil
Marinate
or
them.
something.
Yeah, yeah. You can
And-
marinate them in the wickers the same way off the bone.
With some seed. You just marinate them just real fast. They're not very big. I mean, they ain't no bigger than your thumb.
Yeah, that's about the
So you ain't gonna leave them in there 10 minutes and then snatch them out, season them, and put them on the
So
grill.
what goes in this wickers marinade?
I won't say all he did was straight Wickers.
I can't remember if his was the regular Wickers or was it the Wickers Black.
think
They used to have
regular.
a black
I
label.
think you can find
was
that
a steak
Superbox still,
marinade.
can't you?
Yeah, because that's all he done. He had, I mean, they just wrapped them up, throwed them in a cooler with the wickers, and
I mean, he was wrapping them, throw them in. Pretty much when the last ones got in, they started taking them back out and had a screaming hot grill and threw it on there.
And just cook them and
Mhm.
flip them and
Matt's
turn the
like-
get the bacon done as best you can without overcooking the dove.
Yeah, because Mark was little, and
this is a fact.
Frankie's a bad dude. No, I mean, hands down, he's one of the toughest men I've ever met in my life. And Mark was probably 8 or 10,
Yeah,
maybe.
I wasn't much older. I mean, it was a
And-
couple of years ago.
They had that charcoal. And I'm talking about it done got hot. And Mark said, Mr. Frankie, if you so bad, he was stirring the coal out. And he said, if you're so bad, just use your hand. And that man reached off in there and
Yeah.
grabbed a handful of gray coals. Like, what do you
Wasn't
do
but
with them
callous
now?
is smoking.
And just,
No.
I
Yes,
swear
sir.
to you. Promise on my life, I watched him do it.
No grill glove.
No
no
grill
nothing, bare
grub, no
hands.
nothing. Grabbed the grate, grabbed the coals.
so
Old dish charcoal, probably.
back,
Oh, it was red and black bag Kingsford, I'm sure.
back dove hunting when I was, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, all he wore, period, was shorts. No shoes, no shirt, no hat, no nothing. And I don't care if it was briars, thorns, that's how that man hunted.
This man also spent a year of his life in a body cast.
Yeah, he was in a cast from neck down for a year.
Dang. He's had a
From
rough
car wreck.
life.
Yeah, he's a tough old dude.
You
No,
can't
that's
feel
tough.
it on them feet, bro.
You know, he's got that Lauder gene in him like Charles now.
yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
He's he's tough. He's real tough.
He's tough
So
as
you wouldn't want
nails.
to tangle up with him too
No.
much.
Oh no.
Was there any beer involved in that barehanded?
Absolutely.
But I mean, I don't think it mattered. I really don't think it mattered. But
Well, when I was a kid, it was Budweiser NAs, all they drank. You know, they didn't drink alcoholic beer back
Yeah.
then.
that's what's told Mark. You didn't know.
Daddy picked me up from school in old Toyota with Travis Tripp playing, going to deer camp. He used to tell you, Mama, these are non-alcoholics. I didn't know the
Oh,
difference.
Why does it say Budweiser?
Yeah.
Ponies and red cans.
Yeah. So tell me about the fried one.
The fried one, we done it. It was whole. They were just breasted out. They're still on the bone.
Yeah.
And
So you had the little double breast.
had a little double breast. I can't remember if they put them in a marinade or not, but we tossed them in Bisquick powder.
I think it was just like a
It was some,
egg milk wash.
yeah,
they
like
call
we
it.
was just jacking around out there to dove hunt, and we dropped them in a turkey fryer basket and deep fried, like, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them at once just to see. They were good. I mean, it tasted like fried deer meat almost.
Yeah.
Like, it was good.
Was it? I mean, did you
Oh,
cook
I-
them very long?
We was
It
at,
was Bisquick and beer.
yeah,
Beer. That was it.
In
because I think
the
it was you and,
We
I think it was you and
seasoned-
Paul that cooked them, I think. Paul Junkins.
It was me and Britt.
Or Britt, yeah. Because we was out there.
It
in
was
the
just. I
cooking
mean,
shed.
it was in and out, and like it didn't take
Yeah,
no
it
time
didn't
to
take- so
fry.
you're basically just letting the batter get
As
set.
soon as it got brown, they come out.
Yeah.
And it was good.
I would try them. I mean, I love fried quail like that.
The thing I hate about taking them off the breast is you lose that tenderloin. It don't matter how you try to save it. It's so little once you can't save it. And when you bite that breast and you pull that breast off, and that little tenderloin
Oh,
nugget,
yeah.
that bite there is so good.
Yeah. Well, so have you ever made a gravy with dove?
I haven't.
That's something. I doubt we kill enough, but I would love to make one to go over some rice.
If you breast it out, breast it out and then deep fried them pieces and
Oh, it'd be
And just
good
make it
gravy. I made some new gravy Sunday morning. I fine-tuned the gravy recipe.
Milk gravy.
It was quite delish.
So it's ready for deer season.
It's ready.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough doves to make one. I would sure love to try a dove gravy. Have you ever made one, Mikey?
I never made a dove.
Smothered dove.
Heck, now think about it. We ain't never done.
You had to cook them.
The dove recipe,
Make
period.
the gravy and then pitch them back in there at the end, or they'd be overcooked.
The best one I've been on recently, it ain't been recently, was out there at y'all's house. That's the first time I ever come out there and dove hunt.
Man, Michael had his Red Rider.
We actually killed some birds that day and had enough to cook. We cooked some
that field is always,
up under the tree.
we've always had
Sure.
good hunts.
That's why I'm saying you ought to get some dirt out there again. It wouldn't be nothing to throw some weed out
I
there.
have all the windows out of my house shot out.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that's right. Your backyard.
Yeah.
Now, that was the dove field, wasn't it?
We just have to make sure we morning hunts only. You're facing west. You shoot away from the house.
That's it. Yeah. Well, if you can just shoot them, well, you don't have to have the big hunt. You just need to shoot us some birds every evening. Just go
Yeah.
out there and shoot 5 or 6.
I have to go get my pellet rifle from Daddy.
Yeah.
Pluck them off.
Well, is there anything y'all are planning to do this? Mikey, you gonna hunt this weekend?
Hunt this weekend. At least if it ain't pouring down rain and thunderstorming like it's showing. If it is, I'm probably gonna go back to bed and sleep another hour, get up, cook breakfast.
I got 2 dozen breasted out in the freezer right now, and then take them out and I'm gonna thaw. So we got some dove to eat, and then other than that, I'll have a backup plan. I want to do. Man, I want to do some pizzas. I want you to come down there so we can do pizza night.
We can do pizzas.
But y'all are headed to Cleveland. So
We got to go to Cleveland.
y'all will be hearing some shooting down there, I bet.
Man, I talked to a buddy of mine, farmer down there. He said even in the fields they're cutting. They ain't seen birds like they seen normally.
Yeah. I know.
He's been riding the combine the last 2 weeks, and he's like, man, I've seen a few. He said, but they're up around the grain bins. They're not in the fields.
Well, we want everybody to let us know what y'all did on opening dove day. And if y'all are going to hunt this weekend, share some of those pictures. Give us a dove report. Tell us what the birds are doing in different parts of the country or wherever you're at. Is there anything else we got going on, Mike?
No, we don't have anything going on. We will be doing some contests throughout the year, so y'all just keep up with us here on the podcast and on the Facebook page. We'll drop contests periodically.
Yep.
And like Michael said, if y'all kill some birds, man, drop them on the Facebook page where we can see some pictures and we'll comment on them.
Hopefully y'all get to see a little bit of footage of me on opening day. We got some
Eating popsicles.
I needed a Pedialyte popsicle. I may be looking rough, but that's how it goes. But yeah, somebody take us on out of here.
Well, man, we appreciate y'all listening. If y'all got any questions, shoot us a message on Facebook. Like I say, check out the community. We'll have some stuff going on there and keep us posted on your hunting season. But we'll see y'all next time.
All right, y'all. We gone.